In this video, I am going to explain you how to evaluate the limits of trigonometric functions using the spatial property of trigonometric functions. Here we are going to study a property that when limit x is approaching to the 0 and sine x over x is written, means the function is sine x over x, so the limit is equal to 1. So we will see how to apply this rule in order to solve the questions. So what have you observed? That in the angle x is written and in the denominator also x is written. The coefficient of the angle is 1 and the coefficient of denominator is 1. It means that if the coefficient of both angle and the denominator are same, and the sin x and x is written as a function, then the whole answer is equals to 1. Or in other words, we can say that if limit of a function x approaches to 0 and the function is sine ax, a could be any constant number, divided by ax is also be equals to 1. Now let's take few examples related with this concept. What will you do if you have limit x approaches to 0 sine 2x over 2x? So what have you observed? That here our angle is 2x. Our angle is 2x and in the denominator also 2x is written. Both are same, so don't do anything. The answer is 1. Let's take another example. What you will have, it limit x approaches to 0 for the function sine 7x over 7x is written. So you see, focus on the angle, that is 7x, and in the denominator also 7x is written. So and the limit is also x is approaching to the 0. So answer is 1. Now what will happen if you have a question like limit x approaches to 0 sine 3x over x? So what have you observed? That here the number 3 is written in the angle, means 3x is written. In the denominator only x is written. So in the angle, what is missing? You have 3 missing from the denominator. So what you will do, you will multiply and divide with the 3 number in order to balance the equation. So you will write here 3, and since you are dividing it, so you have to multiply by 3. So now this 3 which is outside you write here, and limit x approaches to 0 sine 3x over 3x is all equals to 1. So the answer is 3. On the same concept, let's take one more example. What will happen if limit x approaches to 0 sine 6x over x is written? So here ask yourself, what is the missing number? In the angle we have the 6. In the denominator only x is written. It means you required the 6. So what you will do, you will write here 6. In order to balance the equation, you have to multiply the 6 also. Now what you will get? You will have the 6 outside the limit, and this whole term including the limit, it is all equals to 1. So the answer is 6. Wants to take one more example. What you will do if you have limit x approaches to 0 sine 2x over x is written. So what number is missing from the denominator? Here in the angle there is 2, so it means 2 is missing. So if you write the 2 here, you have to write the 2 outside the limit. Now write 2 as it is, and the whole term is equals to 1. So the answer is 2. What will you do if something extra is written with the function? So if limit x approaches to 0, sine 7x over 2x is written. So you can see in the angle you need the 7x, right? Now here in the denominator you don't have the 7, you have the 2x. So it means you don't require this 2. You want 7, you don't need this 2. So this 2 is the extra thing which is not required to solve this question. So what do you do? What you will do? You will bring this 2 out of the limit because 2 is a number. Using the constant property of the limit, bring the 2 outside. So you will write limit x approaches to 0 sine 7x over x. The 2 you want to bring outside, so this 2 is in the denominator, so write in the denominator the 2. There is nothing on in the numerator, so write 1. Now try to solve it. Now ask another thing. What do you require in the denominator with the x? Here you have 7. So you need also 7 in the denominator to make them alike. So here you will divide with the 7. Once you are dividing, you have to multiply with the 7 to balance the equation. Now that's it. Solve it. 7 times half gives you 7 over 2. And limit x approaches to 0, sine 7x over 7x is all equals to 1. So 7 over 2 is your answer. Take one more example to clear other doubts. What you will do if you have limit x approaches to 0, sine 6x over 4x. Now ask yourself, do I have some extra thing? Yes, I have some extra thing, that is 4. So bring this 4 outside the equation. So you will get 1 over 4 limit x approaches to 0 and then you will write here sine 6x over x. Now what do you need in the denominator to balance the equation? You need 6. So here is the 6. So you have to write in the denominator 6, and once you are writing yourself the 6, you have to balance the equation. So balance the equation by writing the 6, multiplying the 6 outside the limit sign. So 6 times 1 over 4, it will gives you 3 by 2, and the whole term is equals to 1. So the answer is 3 over 2. So hope you understood the concept, and if you understood the concept, kindly hit the button like. Thank you very much. We will see you in the next video.